This European cricket event is proudly brought to you by HCL Software, Victorinox and Rado.
Right at the start, so David Marks, though it did look like he maybe had a slight strain, a groin strain, he seems to be okay to continue. And he will be opening the bowling. And he bowling to Gujar, who made a good start, a couple of boundaries on the spin before he hoiked out. And, well, he's just going to chip the infielders there on the leg side, coming back for a couple, which they should comfortably get. Actually, he made a good start, played some nice shots, and then got to 14 and got out. That one will go all the way. Once again, the bottom hand comes into play here pretty impressively. Well, in the air, he could be out, very first ball, and maybe he should have been. The catch gets dropped.
With Patel and Gurja out there, and there's an appeal there, and it is going to be given. The umpire's finger is raised. There was a nick on that, well taken by the keeper behind the stumps. I think that is Afi Khan back behind the stumps after he missed out in the first game. He's come back in, and he's got straight into the action with a nice take there.
High.
It's gone high. It should be a chance. It's Amar Sharma underneath it, and he does take it. He's got a lovely pair of hands, does Amar. He's one of the more experienced players in the Hamrun side, having also played for Malta. This one's high up in the air. It's Amar Sharma under it again, and he makes no mistake. That's 2 catches for Sharma in the over. 2 wickets for David Marks. You can't keep him out of the game at the moment after he got runs on the board in the first game and then also chipped in with 2 wickets. He's got 2 more wickets here.
Kailash bowled pretty well in the last match. He starts with a wicket as this one gets carved straight into the fielder position in that backward point area, and a disappointed exit for Gaurav Joshi, the captain. Wants to try and keep the ball in that area, and this time he gets a little bit unlucky as the edge flies over Das and goes for 4.
This one's hit straight down the pitch, and it's too quick for Amar Sharma to get anything on it. That was right back over the umpire's head. And at first they called it a dead ball, as that's a big appeal, and I think that's a plum. Sharma just cheekily obliges, hits him directly in front, and the umpire's finger was up almost before the appeal happened.
Well, this I think is probably, yeah, that's as plumb as it gets. You don't need to think too much about that. And that's the end of Chauhan. Going back to the field set here, that's gone. That's 6. It's too short. It's straight, and he just hits it straight down the ground with a straight bat.
There's going to be more than one off that one. That's going to go all the way. That's a big 6 off the bat of Deepak. Started off with just a single here. And this one's high up in the air. It's going to go all the way. It's another big 6. This time from Deepak. He gets involved after seeing Nan Patel hitting a few big 6s at the other end. That takes him into double figures, and it takes the American University of Malta to 68. This is a big shot, but Lucky is under it. He should take it, and he does, and that's the end of AUM's innings. That was the final ball of the innings. It was a wicket to end. Shantha gets his first wicket of the game, and AUM finish on a well below par 83 for 6 wickets.
Finally, my feet started to defrost, but yeah, it was a cold and wet one yesterday. It was good to get back and warm up, but today a little bit warmer. Temperatures around about 15. Well, it might be warm, but it's still hot and spicy in the middle as Michael Das goes boom, shakalaka off the very first ball. This is the way he does it. He doesn't mess around. Doesn't matter what the situation.
He goes big again. This one doesn't quite have the legs. It's still going to bounce. 1, 2, 3 bounces and rolls over the rope for 4. So that's a big 10 for Michael to start off this inning. And that one's gone even further. That's a massive hit. Tennis players take cover because they've got a grizzly roaring their way. Yeah, He's a real game changer. And that's a big plus as well, because Lakshita gets on strike.
Oh, no. Well, that's got to be a 7-up, I reckon. The umpires are on the walkie-talkies here, Tina, but that's not a good delivery. Thapa delivers a bad one, and he gets whacked for a big 6. Just off the 8 deliveries, and that one, well, that's where you don't bowl to him. And you said it earlier, if anybody's playing tennis, get out of there, because it ain't safe, because Michael Das is aiming to get it into the tennis courts. That's 6 more to him. And moves the score to 39, and Michael Das has moved to 29 on just 7 deliveries.
That's a better ball, but the outcome is exactly the same, and that's gone high and mighty, almost into the car park here. So I think the tennis players have to take cover. He goes again, and the outcome is exactly the same, and that's a massive shot. And it's luckily for the archers, they're not out there today, because they'll have, instead of archery, instead of arrows raining down on them, they'll have grizzlies coming their way. And Michael Das, he's roared into the 40s. That one's just been levered round the corner, and there's no one there on that boundary, and strayed a bit there from Nan Patel, and it will go just for 4. So a bit of a respite from Michael's hat-trick of 6s. That one is gone high. It hasn't gone as far as we might have thought, but it's gone far enough, and that will be Michael Das's half-century, brought up in just 13 balls. And well, it did go a long way in the end. Maybe for Michael Das's standards, that we could call that a short boundary, but that's still a glorious shot. And you can see how long it took to land there. That's a well-deserved half-century for Michael Das, and he's got his stallions almost there.
Yeah, we're very lucky at the moment with the weather. I tell you who's not lucky, AUM, as that one is going to be 1 bounce, 4 runs, just bounces before the rope, as Michael Das is looking to put an end to this contest pretty quickly. Now he's looking to go in the same area again. He will. The chase is on the Iba, but you won't get there. 4 more. He'll to play the first, as that one gets blasted away. 6 runs. Once again, I think you call this the old hockey shot, as Michael Das gets this away. 6 more, so they are almost there now.
And it is, in fact, Michael Das who finishes it off with the flattest 6 we've seen so far today. He didn't even seem to hit that one hard, but when he's on form, then there's no stopping him, and that does mark the end of the game. Michael Das finishes on 69 off just 20 deliveries.